Welcome to today's training called The Basics, Building a doTERRA Business. My name is Tanya Cottrell, and I am a doTERRA Blue Diamond leader. I created this training to be your very first step as you learn how to create income with doTERRA. So if you are looking for the best starting place, you are in the right place. This is going to be the foundation that you need to take your very first steps. Let's begin by reviewing the ranks in doTERRA's business model. I like to think of these as mile markers that help you on your journey towards your income goals. It's very important to understand what these are, and we're going to review some average incomes that correlate to some of these ranks because it's going to give you clarity as you are understanding the path forward. We're going to start by looking at the rank of elite. Elite is considered the building block of the entire compensation plan. Now, you see that there are 4 ranks that happen before elite. We don't worry much about the average income of those initial 4 ranks because they're more of stepping stones that get you towards elite, which is your first recommended goal. That is what you're going to build your entire residual income on, is learning how to become an elite, teaching others how to become an elite, which is going to push you up into the higher ranks. So an elite on average is earning about $300 a month. A premier might grow up to about $800 a month. Now, this elite and premier income level, I want you to understand you're not in the range of residual income yet. So an elite and a premier could earn much less than that if they do nothing all month long. These ranks depend highly on what you are doing week after week in your business. As you begin to grow into the leadership ranks of silver and above, you are going to start to notice a certain residual element come into your income. And of course, that will grow with each rank and become a larger part of your paycheck so that it becomes much more predictable on averages. Now, a silver on average is earning about $2,300 a month. Now, it's important that you understand this is not an expected income mark for someone to hit when they very first achieve a rank. So when you first achieve silver, have your expectations measured correctly and know that you will likely earn less than that. Most people find that they start earning less than that when they're new at a rank, and then as they're hitting that rank month after month, we call that solidifying. As they solidify, they will often notice that they're achieving that average, and then they're surpassing that average while striving for the next rank. They'll be usually above that average before they tip over into that next rank. So just have a correct context for these averages. A gold earns on average $4,900 per month. A platinum earns on average $9,600 per month. Now keep in mind, I have averaged these to the nearest $100. Also keep in mind, these averages are recalculated year after year by our company, and they fluctuate a little bit, but they don't fluctuate a lot. And if anything, I've seen them grow on average year over year. A diamond on average is earning about $17,000 per month. A blue diamond on average will earn about $38,700 per month, and a presidential diamond will earn on average $108,000 per month. Now, we're not going to review income averages for the ranks of double diamond, double blue diamond, double presidential diamond, and by the way, the next one would be triple diamond, and so on and so forth. These are ranks that leaders can achieve once they have presidential diamond secure. Then doTERRA allows them to start another account, and they get to build a whole new organization where they can combine incomes of their 2 ranks. And so those averages are not going to be a straightforward number. They're going to be combinations of income generated from separate organizations. So we don't even need to worry about that today, but that's why they're left blank on the screen. So I want you to understand the purpose of this training. I want you to think about building your income as learning how to play a game, a board game, a card game, a sport. There are rules and there are strategies. And the very first thing you need to learn when you are playing a new game or learning a new sport is what is the object of the game. So today, my number 1 goal is to help you understand the object of the game. So I've noticed in doTERRA that we have a lot of leaders presenting on why to build doTERRA. And I present that a lot because that is the first step to introducing someone to the possibilities of stepping into a business with doTERRA. That is an important step. Hopefully you have had someone share that with you, or you've seen one of my videos or someone's presentation on the doTERRA opportunity. And then I also see that there is a plethora of trainings on how to build it, how to build income, how to build a solid business. You're going to see trainings on skills, on mindsets, on strategies. I love all of those. They're wonderful. But there was a missing component, and that is what to build. People were coming in convinced that doTERRA is a good option and it can create income for them. Then they were jumping right into the how, the strategies. They were being told what to do, and they were not connecting the dots. They were following instructions, but not quite understanding how that was going to generate the actual income. So that's why I created this basics video. This is what to build. This is understand the object of what you're doing. So when we give you the how, you're going to understand how it correlates to actually getting paychecks or direct deposits into your account. In doTERRA, you're going to notice that there are two types of accounts: wholesale customers and wellness advocates. A wholesale customer is simply a product user who wants to shop at a discount. If they're enrolled with you, every time that they log in and place an order, their commissions are going to route through you. You will earn off of that. A wellness advocate will also route their orders through you, and you will earn off of that. But they're simply able to build a downline and earn an income. doTERRA can legally pay them because they have a wellness advocate account and they have shared their tax ID number. So a wellness advocate will get the same exact discount as a wholesale customer. The only difference is their ability to earn. Now, there's some visual symbols that you want to get familiar with, because these are something you're going to see in your doTERRA back office or your doTERRA website when you log in as a wellness advocate. If you were to go in and find the page under your team tab that says graphic tree, this is where you're going to see those symbols. So I want you to understand how to read that graphic tree, but I also want you to understand what these symbols are so that you understand my presentation, because I'm going to be using them as visual aids today. So they look kind of like this. So wholesale customers are always labeled with the color green. The first symbol I gave you on the left is someone who has an account, but they do not use the loyalty rewards program, the monthly auto ship program. The next two symbols represent a wholesale customer who has a loyalty rewards program order set up. If they show themselves as a square, then you know at a quick glance that their loyalty rewards program order, or LRP, is saved with products loaded in the cart that total less than 100 PV. If they're a circle, then you know that their cart is saved with 100 PV or higher. So this becomes very helpful when you're just quickly calculating what orders are going to play into certain bonuses that you're earning. With a wellness advocate, you see the same symbols but with different colors. So they begin as purple. As they move up the ranks, they're going to change colors. In your organization, you will typically see about 80 to 90% of your downline members enrolled as a wholesale customer and 10 to 20% enrolled as wellness advocates. This is average across the company. So just keep this in mind. You're going to be having more people simply want to shop at a discount, and that's normal and that's good. But you are going to want to aim for having 10 to 20% of those people choosing to earn income on some level or another. So now I'm going to answer the question, how do I enroll people? When you build your downline, your first goal is to personally enroll people. Ultimately, you are going to want to have 10 to 20% of the people on your downline also enrolling other people. That's going to create something called duplication, and it's going to multiply your organization, and it's going to grow your income exponentially. But it all begins with you personally enrolling people. So how do we enroll people? Well, it all comes through personal education. Now, we don't have to go out and sound like experts. In fact, it's better if we don't sound like experts. We want to present ourselves as just normal, everyday people who learned how to use oils in our own homes. And we're just going to show people the basics of how to use oils, how to get started, and we're going to point them to resources so that they know how to figure out which oils to use for what. All right, so how do we teach people about oils? Well, we first generate some interest. We give them an oil experience, or we give them a little bit of information that creates curiosity. I love the concept of giving someone an oil experience because it allows us to lean on our product to do the heavy lifting. Our oils are so powerful, they generally give someone a wow experience right away, and you instantly have curiosity. So that can come through sharing a sample with someone, or even just putting a drop of oil in their hand, giving them a little whiff of peppermint and having them go, wow, that is amazing. Now you have some captivated interest and you can invite them to learn more about doTERRA oils. So we generally teach people through some kind of basic education platform. In the early days of doTERRA, this was almost always done through an in-home class or workshop, small gatherings, grab a few people around a kitchen table or sitting in a living room. But things have changed over the years, and now there's a plethora of ways to present the same information to people. So I'm going to give you some ideas. So the idea of a class or a workshop in person is still very, very effective. However, I am recording this training in the summer of 2021, and as you have noticed, the idea of gathering people in groups in person has become complicated in our world. So what I want you to know is this is an ever-changing landscape, and it will vary from social group and social network to social network. It will vary from state to state. So you need to think about how you feel about gathering in person. How does your network of people feel? Is it going to be a viable option or is it not? At this point in time, we are still seeing a lot of people have great success with small gatherings of, about 3 to 8 people, which is ideal. When it gets larger than that, it gets hard to answer questions and help everyone. So that is a good size. We are also seeing people have good success doing virtual options. You will likely want to experiment with different ways, different formats of teaching people to see what is working for you and for the people you come into contact with. So I'm just going to give you some ideas here. A one-on-one meeting is very effective. This is something that we have done a lot of since the very beginning of doTERRA as well. A one-on-one meeting could be over a cup of coffee at a coffee shop. It could be in your home. It could be at someone's home. It could be sitting in a park with your kids playing. It could actually be on Zoom and having a virtual meeting. Virtual classes have become a really successful method. Usually people are using the platform Zoom. Technology changes, so keep this in context. If you're watching this in the future and something else has come along, then try something else. But a virtual class can be very effective. A Facebook group-based workshop is another option, and there are a lot of different varieties out there, different themes. Some of them go for a week, some of them might be for an hour. There's different ways of doing this by setting up a Facebook group, inviting people in, and basically doing all of your teaching there, either through posts or through a live video. There's the sky is the limit on how to make this work. Some people have great success just doing sample campaigns where they are offering samples and then they're teaching people through text message or some kind of private message on Instagram or Facebook or another platform. They might be sending a video of them teaching the class. They might be sending them videos about the samples they have. They might just be sending them information through text. Another method is to offer professional workshops for staff or clients in businesses. This can be a great way to expand your reach. I have come into various businesses and offered like a lunch and learn for the staff members on their lunch break. I have done classes in spas or in chiropractic clinics. You can do them in gyms, and sometimes they want you to educate their staff members, and sometimes they want you to educate their clients that come in. So get creative in this and think about who could you network with in the business community in your area it can be a really good option. And then sometimes people will actually create something called a loaner kit, where they will let a friend check out their loaner kit for a few days, play around with a diffuser, a few oils, maybe some deep blue rub, and then they'll get together for a one-on-one meeting and go over all of the basics about what oils do, why doTERRA is the best, and how to get their own. Live stream video teaching on social media is another option. This changes so fast right now that I don't even want to advise you on which platform or which method of live streaming. And if you are not tech savvy with social media, then don't even bother with this. But some of you are really great at this, and it can be a great way to get information out there and help people to learn the basics about oils. So ultimately, get creative. As times change, we have to be innovative, and we have to think about, where can I get in front of people to teach them these basic things about essential oils to help them enroll with me? So any kind of a class or workshop or presentation, whether it's to a group or an individual, whether it's in person or virtual, they're all going to hit on the same points. So it is the same method you're using. It's just the where and the how that has a lot of variety to it that you get to decide. So let's go over those basic components that are going to be a part of each class or each presentation. Now, this is not a training to teach you how to do that presentation well. There are trainings for that. Okay, so the first point that needs to be covered in a presentation is, what are essential oils? Now, these points are quick. You could explain this in 2 minutes or less. So it's not extensive, it's just the basics. The doTERRA difference, where you will mention facts about our purity, our testing, and our sourcing. Basically, why someone would want to choose to only use doTERRA oils. This helps them to not just hear your information and go down to the drugstore and buy cheap oils and think they're going to get the same results. And then we like to call this the 3 cool things: that they're safe, that they're effective, and that they're inexpensive. And then the next thing is teaching them the 3 ways to use: aromatic, topical, and then again, doTERRA specific, internal usage. And then we generally give people the opportunity to think about, maybe jot down, or even share their top 3 health concerns. This helps them to connect the dots so that they understand that doTERRA essential oils can be a natural solution that will address their personal issues. And then, of course, we're going to teach them how to buy, and we're going to emphasize wholesale as the best option. We're going to teach them about the enrollment kits, or in some presentations, you're featuring just one kit and you're teaching to that kit, and it makes it very simple for someone to know exactly how to get started. So when you're presenting, remember, if you don't give them the how to buy piece, then they get a lot of information and they're going to get confused, and they're going to go get oils from another store or on Amazon or, at the drugstore, or they're going to go find another wellness advocate that's actually going to explain to them how to get a discounted wholesale account. So make sure that that piece is in there. And then these are kind of optional. There's the final 2 points: membership perks and sharing and earning options. So I do like to include these in most of my presentations. I don't go into detail. I just drop it in there so that they know that it exists. They know that there's some really great things out there, but I don't overwhelm them. I want them to focus on that initial decision on how to buy. The membership perks that you might mention are what kind of support they would get for having a wholesale account with you, what kind of access to resources that they would get that maybe are specific to your team or to our team if you're on my downline. That you would probably present them with some free education perks that they get, like wellness ed classes. We offer those on our team virtually, and we only let our wholesale members get access to those, so it makes their membership even more valuable. And then the perk of the Loyalty Rewards program, I just like to mention it, that it is an option available to them if they want to have even deeper savings and get a lot of free oils. And then just briefly mentioning that there is a sharing and earning option. A lot of people want to earn enough income to pay for their own oils by sharing with their friends and family. Some people want to share with more and actually earn a supplemental or a full-on rogue placement residual income. They don't need an entire business presentation, but it can be nice to drop those hints in there so they just know their options. Sometimes these get left out, especially if I am presenting on social media on like a live video or something that is aimed to be 5-10 minutes. Then I have to condense it down. But they are nice things if you're doing a class or a Zoom class to at least mention, take a few minutes to mention. So let's talk about enrollment kits. This is the simplest way to help people enroll with you. Those kits are very appealing. They come at that wholesale price, but then they discount them even deeper because they're bundled. And then every kit comes with a free wholesale membership. So all you have to do is help someone see the value of the kit, and then you're going to help them order it, and they're automatically going to be enrolled with you as a wholesale member. So your job is to help them find the right starting option. It might be one of our kits, or you might have to steer them towards building their own enrollment order with a $35 membership fee, and then building on top of that with wholesale products if they want more obscure products to address their specific issues. Also, most people will start out enrolling as a wholesale customer. Some people now and then will choose to be a wellness advocate right out the gate. They want in on earning some income with doTERRA. But most wellness advocates will actually say that they began as a wholesale customer, and then somewhere along the way, they realized they wanted to be involved in the income earning side of doTERRA. And so they upgraded their account from a wholesale customer to a wellness advocate. So don't worry if you have someone that you think would be a great wellness advocate. If they start as a wholesale customer, they always have that option to upgrade for free later. Most wholesale customers set up their loyalty rewards program order after they're already enrolled. So I don't worry too much if they just enroll and get their first kit and they have not even entertained the idea of the loyalty rewards program. I'm going to have a chance to educate them about that later on. Most people set that up at a later date. So let's talk about upgrading from wholesale customer to wellness advocate in case you haven't upgraded yourself yet. So you are going to go into your account and you're going to log in and you're going to do the drop-down menu under where it has a little circle with a picture of a little stick person in it. You're going to drop down to a place that says account profile. And then you're going to click upgrade your account, and you simply need to provide doTERRA with your social security number, or you can change it to a business ID if you're enrolling through a licensed business. And that's it. It's all very secure, and this just gives doTERRA the legal ability to cut you paychecks. Before you go and enroll your first person, check your loyalty rewards template, your LRP, and work with your upline and have them check your account to make sure you are all set up to be able to earn off of that enrollment. You need to have your loyalty rewards program order set up with 100 PV worth of product saved in your cart. You do not have to have it processed yet. The system will actually look at what is saved in your cart, and if it sees that you have at least 100 PV saved in your LRP template, which means your shopping cart, then you are qualified to earn. So another way to verify that is look at yourself on the graphic tree. Remember, go to your team tab, drop down to graphic tree, and it should show you right there. You're the first person on your graphic tree. You need to be a wellness advocate that is a circle. So if you look like this, you don't have your LRP set up yet. If you look like this, you set it up, but you don't have enough in your cart yet. You need to get it up to 100 PV. If you look like this, you're good to go. Then when you enroll someone, the software system will see you're qualified and they're going to pay you commission on it. So what is an LRP? You've heard me talk about it, and I want you to understand exactly what it means. It's Loyalty Rewards Program, and every member, wholesale customer or wellness advocate, always has the choice to place an order through an LRP template or a one-time standard order. So a one-time standard order is as simple as it sounds. You go in, you load up a cart, you check out, you shop. It ships to you and nothing ever happens again. A loyalty rewards program order is a replicating order. So if you set it up in an LRP cart, it's now a template. You pick a day on the calendar when it's going to process and ship. You have your items saved in your cart, and when that day comes along, it automatically loads it up in the distribution center and processes your card on file and ships it to you. If you do nothing, it will reship that to you again the next month on the same day. It's like a subscription. However, it varies from a traditional subscription because you can edit it, okay? And most people will want to edit it month after month. So after it's done processing, you go in and you can delete items out of your cart, add new items in, change your cart up. You can even change the date you're going to save it for the next order. Okay, so you can earn free product on your order when you use the Loyalty Rewards program. That is the perk for our customers, and it's a perk that we as wellness advocates earn as well. But the main thing you need to know as a wellness advocate is you need to be using this program to be qualified to earn paychecks with doTERRA. So this is how you earn free product credit back. When you're on this program, every time you process an order of 50 PV or more, you are going to earn points back that will accrue in your account that you can redeem for free product anytime you want to in the next year. So the first 3 times you process an LRP of 50 or more in a month, you're going to earn 10% back. But then you click up to the next bracket to earn 15%, months 4 to 6. Now, if you have a month in there where you process 40 PV, you process less than 50, you don't count it on this chart to move forward, but it doesn't demote you either. You just freeze. So after someone is ordering at least 50 PV every month for 13 months, even if they took pauses in between, they will end up earning 30% back in points that they can cash out for free product. You guys, I have hundreds of points sitting in my account right now that I get to go cash out. I use those sometimes for my family. Sometimes I use those points to buy products to use as incentives and prizes for my customers or my wellness advocates. So they're very handy to have and they add up fast. For the business though, for earning income, you need to have that order at 100 or higher. Okay. You must have 100 PV saved in your LRP cart to earn fast start commission on your enrollments. That's very, very important. There is also a perk to having it at 125. If you process it by the 15th of the month at 125 or higher, you also get the free oil of the month, the product of the month. So that's another perk in the LRP program. So rule of thumb, never save your cart with less than 100 PV. The reason you want to pay attention to this rule of thumb is you can miss a paycheck. And to be honest, this is the hard way of learning this rule. And it happens frequently. People didn't quite realize it, or they didn't check it, or they were looking at that dollar amount, not the PV amount. They didn't realize they were sitting as a square, not a circle. And then they had some enrollments, or their downline enrolled some people that would earn money for them as well. And then they missed their paycheck. And their weekly fast start check had 0. And they're like, why didn't I get my check? Oops, I missed that on my account. So just always keep it saved at 100 and you won't have to worry about missing a paycheck. So let's talk about building your downline. When we say downline, we mean everyone that's below you in your doTERRA organization. So these are the wholesale customers you've enrolled, the wellness advocates you've enrolled, and anyone that they have enrolled. And then so on and so forth. It can go deep, 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 many, many levels down. So again, you're going to have that LRP set up. Do you see how it just changed you to a circle? You're now qualified to earn. Let's say you enrolled your very first wholesale customer. That's what they're going to look like on your graphic tree. Maybe you had a class and you have 4 enrollments. You have 4 wholesale customers. You're going to see something like this. Now, of course, as people build, their organization is going to take all kinds of shapes and forms. Everyone is going to have a different experience. So don't get hung up on yours looking exactly like this. I just want to give you some examples so you can kind of see the board game play out. Does that make sense? When you're learning a new game, when you actually see the game in action, it helps the object of the game and the nuances of it start to make sense. So that's what I'm going to do for you here. All right, what happened here? You just enrolled a wellness advocate who wants to earn income. So what did they do? They set up their loyalty rewards program at 100 so that they can earn. That's what that's going to look like on your graphic tree. The beauty of this is now you can start what's called a leg. A leg means there's growth happening under a wellness advocate. And so they're going to start enrolling, and you're going to see some depth on lower levels. Legs are very important because for certain ranks, you qualify to hit those ranks by having certain legs and those legs hitting certain ranks of their own. Remember when I said elite is a building block? Well, when you first learn how to become elite, you're focused on just getting volume under you, just getting sales volume, getting enough people under you that their orders total 3,000 PV in 1 month. And that's how you become an elite. It doesn't matter if you have legs. It doesn't matter if they're wholesale customers or wellness advocates. But when you want to become a silver, you become a silver by having 3 separate elite level legs that you've personally enrolled that wellness advocate yourself. So if you've enrolled 3 wellness advocates, they're side by side, they've created 3 separate legs. When all 3 of them have hit 3,000 PV, then they are all elite, and their color is going to change to yellow. That's an elite. That's going to bump you up to being a silver. So elites are the building block, and legs are the structure that you're going for to hit those leadership ranks. So this is an example of the very beginnings of a first leg under you. Okay, now you enrolled another wholesale customer, but you don't want that wholesale customer to just sit on your front line, on your level 1, because you want all the volume to become part of a leg so that you can reach those links. So you do something called placements. And that means that you get to move a person down underneath a leg on a lower level. Now, how do we move people? Well, there's some rules. This is where there's nuances in the game. When you enroll someone, doTERRA will give you 14 days to place them. You get 1 chance to place them. So do it carefully. Do it with your upline's guidance, especially as you're new and you're not sure where you want to place them. This one's a no-brainer. There's only 1 wellness advocate on your team. There's only 1 leg. There's only 1 level under that leg, the second level. You cannot place wholesale customers under wholesale customers. You can only place under wellness advocates, okay? So that person is going to be placed directly under your wellness advocate. Now, you are still the enroller of that wholesale customer. When you place someone, the enrollership never ever changes. You still earn your commission the same. You still earn your fast start commission. They still see you as their enroller. You are still their primary support person. When you place someone, you are going to list the wellness advocate that they are directly under as their sponsor. Now, sponsors generally don't even have to play a role in that person's life. Most wholesale customers do not even know who their sponsor is or have a connection to them. Once in a while, we want to get them connected. For example, if I have a wellness advocate in another state, in another city, and I enroll a wholesale customer who also lives in that same city, I may place them under that person and introduce them to their sponsor so they have an extra support person locally to them that could invite them to in-person classes. So that would be an example of how someone would get to know their sponsor. But generally, it's pretty meaningless. It's all about where you're stacking volume. So let's just see how this person gets moved. There we go. See how you have helped to grow that leg? Even though you're still the enroller, the volume from that person's orders is going to be added into that leg's volume. So it's going to help them get closer to elite. So what about those first 4 wholesale customers? Wouldn't you want those to go under a leg? Well, if you could, you would. But if they've been enrolled for more than 14 days, they're going to be stuck there. And that's okay. We all have our wholesale customers stuck on our front line. It's not a big deal. So I want to talk to you about something called organizational volume, otherwise seen as OV in your back office. OV means all of the sales volume of everyone below you in your entire organization plus your own orders totaled up. This is going to help you hit your first ranks of manager, which is 500 OV, director, which is 1,000 OV, executive, which is 2,000 OV, and then elite, which is 3,000 OV. So pay close attention to your OV. So I'm going to show you an example. This is going to be a hypothetical organizational volume growth month. Okay, again, it will play out differently for all of us every single month, but this is an example that will show you how 1 month might look for a new wellness advocate. So let's go back to looking at you and those first 4 wholesale customer enrollments that you have on level 1. You ran your loyalty rewards order this month for 150 PV, hypothetically. Your first enrollment enrolled with an order of 225 PV. A lot of these would be kit sales. They might add products on top of their kits. Every enrollment order comes in with a different PV amount. Your second new wholesale customer enrolled with 150 PV. That, if you look down to the bottom, I just popped up the total, gives you an organizational volume of 525 PV, or OV when you're totaling it all together. Okay? So that is going to give you your first rank advancement that month. You might only be 2 weeks into the month and you have achieved the rank of manager. Why? Because you achieved over 500 PV in your organizational volume altogether. So let's keep going along this month to see what else happens when the rest of these new members come into play. So the next person enrolled with a 400 PV order, and then the next person enrolled with a 225 PV order again. This totals altogether 1,150 PV in your organizational volume. So do you see how this grows throughout the month? Remember, at the beginning of a new month, you will start back at 0. But so far in this month, you've achieved 1,150 OV. That just promoted you to the next rank of director. All right, you can achieve promotions throughout the month if you surpass the qualifications of each rank. So the month continues on. You enrolled your first wellness advocate, and sometimes it takes someone another month to get started enrolling people, or even more than 1 month. But in this case, your friend got started right away. They had a few people also interested that enrolled, and so they enrolled their first person with 225 PV. This is not your enrollment. This is your wellness advocate's enrollment. And then the second person they brought in had 310 PV. And then remember, this last one, who enrolled that one? You did. And then you placed that person below your wellness advocate. And that person enrolled with 175 PV. Now, these are all just made up numbers that I came up with, but this is an example of how you might see a month go. So the total organizational volume, that's you and everyone below you, whether you enrolled them or one of your downline members enrolled them, is 2,260. So what rank did you end your month at? Executive, because you hit 2,000 in your organizational volume. So you have just achieved your rank of executive, which is rank number 4. It's the rank right before elite. That is a month very, very well done. You're off to a running start. So let's review the commission that would come from a month like this. Your earnings. We're going to look at fast start earnings because remember, in doTERRA, there's multiple ways to earn. We have different types of commission, but the first type that is going to come into play when you are newly building your business is fast start commission. That is something paid out on your personal enrollments and the people that you enroll, their personal enrollments, and the people they enroll, their personal enrollments. So your enrollments, you brought in a total of 1,575 PV. That does not count the 2 people that your wellness advocate enrolled. Do you see how I've subtracted the 225 and the 310 away from the 2260 down below? So your personal enrollments are 1,575 PV. You earn 20% fast start commission on those enrollments. That's $315 paid to you in fast start commission that month. Sarah, we're calling your wellness advocate Sarah. Her enrollments are 535 PV. That's the 225 plus the 310. What is she going to make? She's going to make 20%, but what are you going to make? You're going to make 10% of her enrollments. So you made $53.50 off of her enrollments. So in total, you made $368.50 this month in Fast Start commission. That is a good start. Okay. Let's start the month over. So next month, you have an organization with all of these members still under you, but there's no volume right now, is there? Because it's a clean slate. It's like a new round, like when you're playing a card game that goes round after round. You finish the round, you tally your score, and then it's time to deal the cards again, and you start at 0 again, right? So let's take a look at what would happen the next month. You are a wellness advocate again. Now, you still retain the title you earned. Your color is going to still show you as an executive. Your title that is listed on all doTERRA recognition is still going to say you're an executive. We are still going to refer to you as an executive. You still get to say, I am an executive with doTERRA. But your paid rank is what you earn every month. So on a new month, if you achieve the same rank, you're going to get paid at that same rank. If you achieve a lower rank, you're going to get paid at the lower rank. If you surpass it, you're going to get a rank promotion and you'll get a new pay level and you'll get a new title. So every month we all start again at Wellness Advocate. I'm a Blue Diamond. When the month starts over, day 1, Wellness Advocate. That's me. We all start there. But you don't have to start from scratch in your efforts. And let me show you why. So you're keeping your title of executive, and let's say you run your LRP for 150 again. And most of the time it's going to vary, but for the sake of simplicity, you ran your LRP at 150 again. Sarah, she wants to keep her LRP up so she can keep earning as well. So she ran hers. Hers came in at 155 PV this month. Look, a few of the customers that came in have decided to set up an LRP because they want to get some more products, or they want to restock maybe their supplements or add to their oil collection. You've helped them. Sarah has helped her people, and with good support and education, they see the value of continuing to bring doTERRA into their home. So notice the shapes. What does that mean? That first person there has an LRP set up, but it's less than 100 in their cart. But there's 2 people here that have set up an LRP of 100 or more. The first one is processing an order of 60 PV this month. The second one went for 132. They earned the free product of the month, so that was a nice incentive for them. Then this person, one of Sarah's enrollments, ran an LRP of 188 PV. That's going to total 556 PV just through the LRP orders. So you have residually achieved the rank of manager again without bringing any new people in, because repeat orders solidify that first level rank of manager. Remember, manager is here right after Wellness Advocate, so you have now solidified the rank of manager. You have residual orders coming in that's predictable, assuming those customers are going to want to continue to order, which most do, and you didn't have to bring in any new volume to hit the rank of manager. Your paid title is still executive, and so you're aiming to hit executive or beyond this month by the end of the month. But your earned rank so far is manager that you have hit organically or that you have solidified. So we like to call this our organic rank. What is the rank that will just roll in on residual orders without adding new customers to it? Okay, this is where it gets really fun. Now, you might feel a little overwhelmed here because I'm going to throw a lot at you. Don't worry, you can watch this more than once and it'll make more sense each time you watch it. Even if you don't understand it all right away, it'll come to you once you start earning checks. It'll start to make sense. Again, it's like playing the game. Once you start playing, all of the little nuances start to make sense. So we are going to pretend like across this next month, this is month 2, you enrolled 8 new people. 7 of them decided to enroll as a wholesale customer, but 1 of them decided to enroll as a wellness advocate. We're also going to pretend that your new wellness advocate, named Sarah, enrolled 5 people herself. 4 of them came in as wholesale customers, and 1 of them happened to be become a wellness advocate. So this is what just happened. We're at the end of the month now. These are all of the new people that came in. It might take you a second to orient your eyes and see the original organization. Do you see yourself up there in yellow? You're the elite. Sarah is the dark green. She had achieved director, I believe. No, executive, excuse me. And you can see in black all of the volume from those LRP orders that came in on your customers and Sarah's order and Sarah's customer. Everyone else off to the right is new this month. They're brand new to your team. You can see in purple the two new wellness advocates that came in. One is Sarah's and one is yours. Of course, Sarah's is on her first level, which is your second level. And then yours is on your first level. You did not place your new wellness advocate under Sarah because you have a motivation to start a new leg, because you need to work towards having 2 and then 3 legs for your upcoming ranks that you're pushing for. I made all of the volume of the new enrollment orders blue. I made them a light blue color so you could tell the difference between the residual volume coming in from LRPs this month and the new volume coming in from enrollment orders. So again, I just made up volume amounts so that you could see a hypothetical scenario of what a month 2 might look like. So we're going to have some fun here. We're going to total all of this up and see what happens with rank achievements and see what happens with commission payouts so you can see the machine of the compensation plan work. So track along with me here. We have a total OV of Sarah, 2,783 OV. So she just achieved the rank of executive this month. She got a promotion. And we're going to say that this person's name is Joe. Joe achieved a rank on his first month of 1,015 OV, all in brand new enrollments. Your total volume for your organizational volume is 4,160. You have your own volume. You have the volume from your 2 customers that ran LRPs, and then you have the volume from Sarah and her team and from Joe and his team. Let's total that all up and see what happened. You hit the rank of elite. Sarah hit the rank of executive and Joe hit the rank of director. This is a huge, huge milestone. Achieving elite is a very big deal in doTERRA because that is the building block to the higher level ranks. Let's look at earnings. We are going to look at Fast Start again. So first we're going to start with those that you personally enrolled. I've got them circled here in a magenta color. These are all your enrollments. Notice you enrolled Joe. You left him on your front level to start a new leg. You enrolled 7 other customers, and customers you want to put under one of your legs. And so you put 4 of them under Sarah's new wellness advocate. So now you're going down into level 3, and then you put 3 of them under Joe. So you are growing those legs. You're helping your downline out, and their achievements are helping you out. It's very mutual. In turquoise, this is going to show Sarah's enrollments. Okay, these are her personal enrollments. She is going to earn 20% Fast Start on those, but you're going to earn 10% Fast Start. And then we have one special person here. That is Joe's enrollment. Joe enrolled and he got 1 person enrolled before the end of the month. And so he now has an enrollment he'll earn 20% on, and you're going to earn 10% on that enrollment. So let's break it down in numbers. A total volume of all of the people you personally enrolled this month is 2,085 PV. You earn 20% Fast Start on that, which is $417. Sarah's enrollments totaled 1,274 PV. She earned 20% on that, but we're not looking at her check right now. We're looking at yours. You earned 10% on hers, and so you earned an additional $127.40 on Sarah's work, on Sarah's enrollments. That's why we love to support our downline and help them and coach them and mentor them. We earn from their work. Joe enrolled 1 person at 110 PV, and you earned a 10% Fast Start off of his enrollment, so another $11. So let's total up your Fast Start earnings for this month. As a new executive, you earned $555.40 this month. Okay, I want to show you one other cool thing This can be a factor in adding to your paycheck, and it is a totally different type of commission you can earn. We're not even looking at fast start here. We're going to look at a different type of bonus called the power of 3. So I'm going to circle these 3 downline members. 1 is a wholesale customer, 2 are wellness advocates. Notice that they all have orders over 150 PV. When you have 3 people on an LRP of 150 or higher, the power of 3 can come into play. The power of 3 pays out 3 different levels of bonuses. You could earn a $50 bonus check that month, or you could earn a $250 bonus check that month, or you could earn a $1,500 bonus check that month. There's 2 parts to qualifying for this bonus, and we're just going to look at the $50 first level. The first part is having 3 separate members that have an LRP of 150 or more on your first level. The second part is something called team volume. Team volume adds up all of the volume across your entire first level. It doesn't matter if they're wholesale customers or wellness advocates. It doesn't matter if it's an LRP order or a one-time order. It's just going to total all of the volume across that one level, plus add your level, your own order in. And if it totals 600 or more in team volume, and you have your 3 people on LRP of 150 or more, then you get your $50 power of 3. Okay, so your team level here totaled 722. So it is the team volume is there. The first LRP is there. It's over 100. It's 132. You have a second one on LRP, Sarah, and she had 155. Now, Joe, his wasn't an LRP. His was an enrollment order because he enrolled this month. So he has his LRP set up for next month because he's a circle, you can tell. So you would not earn that $50 power of 3 quite yet this month because we need Joe to be in his second month for it to count. However, we know Joe is going to be doing that next month. He's going to keep his order up over 100 because he wants to keep earning. So most likely, as long as everyone sticks to the plan, next month, you will be earning your first $50 power of 3. Now, the exciting part about this is Sarah, she's going to be really motivated to earn her first $50 power of 3. So she's going to be working on finding one more person to be ordering on LRP, perhaps a new wellness advocate in the next month, so she can work towards that $50. Joe's going to be motivated to do the same. Now, your customer over here on the left, they can't enroll anyone and they can't have anyone placed under them. So you're not going to get anywhere on your second level with them. So eventually, when you have another wellness advocate on your first level, you'll probably want to expand and encourage them to get their 50 because that's how you're going to get your $250 bonus. And then it goes one level deeper. When your frontline 3 people are getting their $250, you're going to start getting your $1,500 bonus. So this is just a nice cherry on top of the sundae that adds on top of your fast start earnings, and it really can help to increase your income. So now the question is, how far are you going to grow by bringing new members in this month? That is the question. I'm going to leave you with that because you can keep going and going and going, but I think you have an idea how it works. Every month, you will organically be wherever your LRP orders on your downline are, and you have the opportunity to push forward based on new enrollments and also based on supporting and encouraging your downline wellness advocates to grow their own organizations. Let's look at Premier. Premier is your next goal. Premier is an unusual rank because it has what I call a bridge in its qualifications. It is going to base your rank both on your OV achievement and on your structure, your legs. Beyond Premier, all of the ranks will only look at the rank achieved by each of your legs. Below Premier, rank depends only on your OV. Premier is the only rank that looks at both, and it's meant to help bridge you from the building block ranks into the leadership ranks of silver and above. So with Premier, you need a total OV of 5,000. So Elite was 3, now you need 5. but you also have a requirement to have 2 legs that hit executive. So notice the colors here. Premier is represented by a pink, and then executive is represented by 2 dark greens. You saw this dark green before because Sarah achieved executive. So as long as she can continue to achieve executive or higher, she'll count as one of your executive legs. These executive legs must be personally enrolled to you. You have to be listed as their enroller. They also have to be separate from each other. They can't be upline and downline from each other. They can't be in the same leg. They do not have to be on your first level. So if you enrolled a wellness advocate and you placed them under a leg, as long as you were the one that enrolled them, they can count. So let's look at all of the different types of commission that a premier might be earning. We have so far only looked at Fast Start and Power of 3, but there are other types of earning in doTERRA. And I want to give you a picture of which ones might be applying to the income of a premier. And I'm going to change the font size to emphasize which ones have the largest ratio typically in a premier's income. Fast Start is going to be the biggest part of the money that a premier brings in. So it's very important to continue to personally enroll when you are a premier. That's going to drastically affect how much you bring in. An empowerment share. This is new. This is something that is only given to premiers, silvers, and golds. And an empowerment share is when you achieve the rank of premier and you've personally enrolled at least one person at 100 PV. Hopefully you've enrolled more than one, but you do have to enroll one to get an empowerment share. Then you get a share of a special pool of profits in doTERRA. It changes in value from month to month, but typically we've seen it up in the $200 range. So maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. But that's a nice bonus that can come in just from hitting this rank and staying active in enrolling. Power of 3 we talked about, so you might be getting a $50 bonus at this point. And so that's another part. It's not your largest earning, but that could play into it. And then you may begin to see a little tiny baby amount of unilevel. Now, unilevel is the big money maker in the leadership ranks. That is your long-term residual income. That's what you want to focus on growing. You're just not going to experience it until you're up at those leadership ranks. It's not going to be significant, but it's the most important. So all of these other types of commissions are meant to supplement you and get you some income while you're building a structure that is someday going to give you a unilevel paycheck that is really solid and is residual, like you're earning it while you're sleeping. Okay, we're going to look at the rank of silver. Remember, a silver on average is earning $2,300 a month. So how do you become a silver? You need 3 separate legs with someone within each leg that you've personally enrolled that has achieved the rank of elite that month. That makes you a silver. So I'm going to give a quick overview of the types of commission that a silver earns. And I'm also going to, again, show based on the size of the font where the bulk of the income comes in. So with each commission type, which ones are the most relevant, which ones are making the biggest part up of the income of a silver, just to give you a concept. And I'm going to do this with each rank, and I'm going to do it pretty quickly. So a silver is still going to earn the biggest part of their income based on Fast Start. So if you stop enrolling people, you're going to be a really low paid silver. But as long as you continue to personally enroll, you will have a nice paycheck for a silver. The empowerment share applies to silvers as well. Remember, that applies to premiers, silvers, and golds. So a silver can earn 1 empowerment share as long as they enroll 1 person at 100 PV that month. I recommend enrolling more than 1 because you want that Fast Start commission to be large. And then leadership pools. This is really exciting. You haven't seen this yet. This is another profit share that doTERRA does. There are different pools based on doTERRA's profit each month that they set aside for different leadership ranks, and then they divide it amongst them. So this particular pool, the leadership pool, is paid out to silvers, golds, and platinums, and they get to split it, and they earn different numbers of shares. So a silver gets 1 leadership pool share. These tend to range between $100 and $200 a piece. If a silver actually sees one of their personal enrollments hit elite for their very first time, they get a bonus share that month as well. So that can really add up. A power of 3 bonus, typically a silver is going to probably be seeing that $50, if not higher at that point. And then unilevel starts to gain a little traction. A gold is earning on average $4,900 a month. And to achieve gold, you would have to have 3 personally enrolled builders of 3 separate legs, again, achieve the rank of premier. So 3 premiers make you a gold. Let's look at the commission breakdown of a gold. Fast start, leadership pools, they're actually sometimes equal to, sometimes even a little bit more than fast start, because a gold can earn up to 2 empowerment shares, plus they are earning 5 leadership pool shares. So do you see how that accumulates? I kind of combined them together. A power of 3, and then unilevel is getting larger. So fast start is really your supplemental income in those early momentum building ranks, but do you see how it's starting to be outpaced by some of the other types of commission, and that's why your check is growing at this point. A platinum on average is earning $9,600 per month. They need 3 silver legs personally enrolled to them to become a platinum. They're still earning fast start. Their leadership pools are growing a lot because even though they're no longer earning an empowerment share, they now are eligible to have 10 leadership pool shares. All right, 10 of them. Power of 3 and unilevel is really picking up speed now. It's becoming a big part of a platinum's paycheck. That means their income is becoming much more residual. And then diamond. Diamond is kind of our first upper leadership rank. A diamond, notice it's still based on silvers. So it's just a platinum that's added 1 more silver leg. So once you've achieved platinum, it's time to find a new wellness advocate for your frontline that's going to be a very committed, very capable go-getter, because if you can get them to silver fairly quickly, you're going to push from platinum to diamond. It actually takes the smallest amount of new growth to jump from platinum to diamond. It's kind of an exciting leadership leap, and that income jump is exciting as well. So let's look at this. The diamond pools get very large, and the unilevel is the largest of all. So you're in a completely new profit pool at this point as a diamond. No more leadership pool, no more empowerment pools. You're in a diamond pool range, and you're talking thousands of dollars. And then unilevel becomes the major income generator of your check. So even though it wasn't paying out early on, do you see why it was really beneficial to keep enrolling and investing in a growing organization so that someday you'd have that residual unilevel check? Okay, a blue diamond is earning on average $38,700 per month, and they need 5 personally enrolled gold legs to achieve blue diamond. Let's review. What does a gold need in order to be a gold? 2 personally enrolled executive legs, and they each have to hit 5,000 in organizational volume. So a blue diamond is supporting 5 leaders to achieve their ranks, and that's how they hit blue diamond. Let's take a look at their commission breakdown. Their fast start is a pretty small part of their check at this point, although it always is encouraged to continue to personally enroll. That's how you move up and grow new parts of your team. The pools are bigger. The diamond pool is still there, but you're now earning from the blue diamond pool. There is a power of 3 opportunity to expand beyond 1,500 because did you know there's no limit to how many of those you can earn? Once you have your 1,500, if you have another 3 on your front line, you can get your 50. And if they have their 3, you can get another 250, and so on and so forth. You can earn multiple of those. And then unilevel is just huge at this point. So presidential diamond, notice they have to have 6 platinums. That right there is a structure to build 2 power of 3 structures. So hopefully that's making sense to you now. What does a platinum need to be a platinum? 3 silvers. What does a silver need to be a silver? 3 elites. Now do you see why elite is the building block? 3 elites make a silver. 3 silvers make a platinum. 6 platinums make a presidential diamond. That is how you climb the ladder to the very, very top. Again, they are earning on average $108,000 per leg. And let's look at their commission breakdown. The pools are enormous. They're now jumping into the presidential diamond pool. and their unilevel is like a snowball that just came tumbling down the mountain and has picked up so much snow, they have massive residual income. Massive residual income. They have those LRPs just rolling in on all of their levels, and they're making unilevel commission on those. So the investment in continuing to enroll and continuing to consistently share oils with people and consistently teaching people about oils and helping them get their starter kit and helping them see LRP, and then duplication, helping some people also learn how to do what you do so they can enroll, and they can enroll people that enroll. That is how the snowball picks up snow, and that is how you grow this level of gigantic unilevel income achievement. So I hope this has connected some dots for you and helped you make sense. I recommend everyone rewatches it a few times because I promise you it will sink in better each time. Let's go over some frequently asked questions before we end. What if my frontline builders don't enroll people? Well, that happens all of the time. So it doesn't need to stop you from progressing because there's a lot of different ways this can take shape. Remember, the qualifiers that you use, like for example, the elites you use so that you can become a silver, or the silvers you use so you can become a platinum or a diamond, they don't have to be on your front line. They just have to be personally enrolled by you. So they might be someone you placed lower and they outranked the person on your front line. That can still qualify you. Sometimes those frontline builders will get in the game later on. Sometimes you have someone that just never really took off, but you haven't invested that much, so you just start another one on your front line. This is where you need to get upline counsel and strategy on your placements as you go, because we just have to problem solve and figure it out as we go. It's a constant game of watching to see what people do and then adjusting the strategy. It's messy. It never looks perfect like I showed you on here. It never looks exactly the same. It's always a game. It's a game of re-strategizing, just like you would do in a board game. Let me give you a personal example from my own business. So when I first went silver, I was qualifying off of 3 elites on my front line. When I went diamond, I needed 4 silvers. I was not qualifying off of people on my front line. Only my 4th leg was someone on my front line that achieved silver. All of my other silvers were actually wellness advocates I had placed on those 3 legs somewhere underneath those initial elites. In fact, one of them was a couple levels deeper. So I used different people within the same leg to qualify for platinum and diamond. When I reached blue diamond, along the way, some of those frontline elites that hadn't really begun to advance themselves beyond, they decided, you know what, I want to commit to this and I want to really build this. And then they were able to achieve premier and then gold, premier and then silver, and then even gold to qualify me for blue diamond. One never did. She's still an elite on my front line, and it's okay. I have a gold that is personally enrolled to me below her, and that qualifies me for blue diamond. So there's a lot of ways this can play out. So don't stress out if you have some people not working their business and not enrolling people. You just need to continue to find wellness advocates along the way and plan to have multiple wellness advocates to operate off of. Just like playing a game of cards, you want to have more cards in your hand so you have more strategy options. Can I use my own enrollments to build my power of 3? Yes, you can place people below wellness advocates on your team, and if they're on an LRP, they will count for your power of 3. Power of 3 doesn't look at who enrolled who. They don't look at enrollership at all. Only rank looks at enrollership. How do I regain my rank if I stopped enrolling and I went backwards? This sometimes happens. We lose momentum and maybe we actually went backwards. We had some LRPs that kept coming in, but we didn't bring in new people, so we didn't actually hit the rank we hit the last month. Or we let some time go by and maybe we've even seen some customers drop off and we lose momentum. The good news is you can always get back in the game and you can rebuild and you can surpass that. Now, it does take a lot more time and a lot more energy to get your results if you play the game of starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping. So I don't recommend that because it takes a lot more energy to regain momentum and recover your growth and then to excel and exceed that than if you just keep your foot on the gas and you keep working month after month very consistently. It can require a lot of grit and a lot of commitment, but you're going to be able to keep growing instead of having to regrow and regrow and regrow. So it's not recommended to stop and start again, but if you have stopped or you've plateaued in your business and you kind of need to shake it off and hit the reset button, that option is always there for you. And I have seen people recover and then just have their breakthrough and really grow. So don't let that stop you. What if I'm not seeing results? If you're not seeing results, it's time to strategize with your upline. It could be that you're missing some training. It could be that you have a mental mindset block that needs to be cleared. We are usually the last person to see our own blocks. So get some outside perspective on that and find out what's going on. It could be that you just aren't putting in the consistency or the time. So there's a lot of reasons for this, but you probably need someone to give you some honest feedback. So be willing to be coached, be humble. We all need to self-correct, and this is a growing process. So every level, we have new things to learn. And the beauty of that is we get to grow as people. We get to grow in character and grow in skills. It is a huge blessing. We don't just grow our paychecks, we grow in our capability, and it's pretty amazing. What if my enroller is not actively building or leading? This isn't that uncommon. Sometimes it happens. You need to reach upline and just keep reaching upline. There is someone above you that is actively leading, I promise you, and you can get plugged into their training. If you're on my team, I promise we have all the resources you need, no matter what level you're in, and you can plug into those. You can also connect with someone crossline from another team, and you can become accountability partners, or you could form a little group together of a few people, because we do better in community. We do better when we're not in isolation. We can encourage each other, so that's really helpful. You do not need a stellar, active, dynamic enroller to succeed. You don't need to focus on getting a strong upline. You need to focus on building a strong downline. If you're not satisfied with your upline and your enroller, don't worry about it. Don't let it hang you up. It will distract you, it will keep you off focus, and it will hurt your business. Focus on yourself. Become the leader that you wish that you had. Become that for your downline. That's the important part. Okay, you have now learned what to build. Again, repeat this, repeat this, repeat this. Watch it a few times if you really want to get it under your belt. I thank you for joining me today. And I am rooting for you in everything in your new doTERRA business. It is an amazing company to be with. The possibility is endless. We all have the same compensation plan to work with. We all have the same rules. It's just a matter of what we decide to do with it. We create our own results. I want to encourage you to move into more trainings after you've repeated this one a few times to learn how to build it. You're going to want to learn from those who have done it. What techniques work well? How do I teach a good class? How do I help lead people into enrolling? How do I share the business opportunities so I get some wellness advocates on my team that are also going to enroll? All of those things are skills that you can learn, and it's very, very exciting. Just like you would encourage your child or a student to continue to practice because they're going to get better, I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing. You're not going to be good right in the beginning. It's okay. You're not going to feel like you know what you're doing. If you feel like I'm in way over my head, it's okay. We tell our children all of the time, stick to it. Keep going. Keep working on that sport. Keep working on that skill. You'll get good at it. You'll develop that skill with commitment and consistency. It doesn't feel like you're growing day after day, but when you look backwards, you see the growth. I'm going to leave you with just a couple quotes that I find inspiring. You have to practice success. Success doesn't just show up. If you aren't practicing success today, you won't wake up in 20 years and be successful because you won't have developed the habits of success, which are small things like finishing what you start, putting a lot of effort into everything you do, being on time, and treating people well. You don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. And the final one I'll leave you with, without commitment, you'll never start. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So let's go out there and stay true to our commitments, set our intentions, and then every day make the choice to do the work consistently. That's how we will reach the finish line.